Warning, this video is intended for audience who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Hey, Austin, hey.
Hey, okay,
So,
yeah,
we're here.
And Molly's here.
We're all here.
Well, we should not ignore Molly right off the bat.
Well, yeah, of course.
I'm here. I live. I'm not dead.
It's very important that the court hears that, for not yet known reasons. Okay, boy, that seems really bad. God, if shit goes bad. If something really bad happens, I just fucked myself. That's gonna be
some awkward evidence.
But anyway, point is...
Should Molly say something else to nullify that previous thing she just said? You know, I was like, oh no, that was a bit. That was a joke. Not serious, not real,
Definitely.
You know? Right?
I'm just saying, based off of some of the things that have happened in the last... I wouldn't even say... week? I'll say the last... 72 hours?
Okay.
We might be dealing with, Orphan Black sort of situation. Like, where... they're just out there trying to kill, the parents and, frame it on them, also. So, hey, we're here... I mean, this whole thing is supposed to be about, has been supposed to be about, Ryosangata Riko, Mohitori no Pramo Joshi, Kumitate, whatever fucking shit. But in that time, since we started dealing with this, and honestly, it's wild to think that this all started because it was a holdover, find some, dead air thing to fill with, because of, Dino Fury. In that, more than almost
what's the closest Bandai and tokusatsu adjacent thing, you know? Right? What's the how far can we straighten this out? This guy.
Yeah, kind of,
right,
whatever,
right,
sure.
In
the almost 2 years that we've kind of dealt with this, we've gone from just kind of surviving to also being alive and also including a kitten in our lives. And the kitten tried to kill us on Monday.
Mostly you.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So, I've told you on multiple times, Austin, that she's a little trickster. She's a little mischievous bitch. Right?
Curious.
I know she's so baby, you know, right? She's what?
She's not even.
She's
no. She's about 7 months old at this point.
Okay, I was close.
But so we had this one of these you buy at IKEA trifold wall screen divider partitions that you can have to separate parts of your apartment or room or whatever shit things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I told you...
Bill, everyone needs their moments, and
I told you that she had just decided that she was just gonna play the fucking bongos on that. She just really loved, banging against it and just going... And it was waking me up at, fucking 6:45, 7:30, whatever fucking time she felt like it in the morning, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So that happened, right? On Monday. And I knew that this was a problem because... And I'll admit that this wasn't the most sound, structured setup, but based off how I had it, and with no exterior forces interacting with it before, it was holding perfectly fine. I could lean our TV against one
of the folds.
Against the fold, at the the angle, the point of bending perfectly, and it would just sit there so that the back of the TV was by the bed, and so it was we could sit in the couch for where we would watch TV would be facing the bedroom, and it was it was perfectly just as the one true never said or did anything wrong person Homelander said. It was perfect down to the last point or whatever the fuck he says, right? And then
right.
Mara got real interested in playing the bongos, and I was
okay, yeah. Hey, look, you know what? Hey, look, it's good your cat has like activities to do.
And
right?
I was like,
know?
and I thought,
keep them active.
This is going to be a problem because if she keeps bumping against this, it's going to lead to it could very easily lead to this thing falling over, and maybe even the TV falling over, and I really don't like that. So I woke up on Monday at like 7, as I do because of Kat. And I get up and she's like batting at the fucking thing, and I just pick her up and go over to the couch and just like go, okay, all right, I'm gonna entertain you for a bit. And I entertain her for about an hour and a half or something, like just keep trying to keep her attention, blah blah. And it's just a it goes pretty well for the most part. It's just one of those things where it's like, hey, I'm gonna dangle this ball, and I'm gonna dangle your little like cushiony ball, like sparkly ball in front of you. I'm gonna pick you up.
Yeah. Cat loves that stuff. You know, right? Look, they get fascinated by anything that moves,
or even things that don't move. Like, hey, here's a box. Do you want to be in this box? Doesn't matter. I'm gonna put you in this box. Oh man, isn't this so crazy that you're in a box? Yeah. Okay. Cool. What if I?
It's an alternate.
What if I put you in this box and I just swirl you around in the box? Oh man, that's crazy. Oh man, you're all turned around. You never knew where you were. Oh man, that's crazy. I just keep moving her and just she knows that she's being talked about. Oh god, she's here to fucking.
Oh boy! Is this like an Alexa Siri thing where as soon as you start mentioning the names, right, the cat becomes active, right? Is that what's going on?
Honestly, there's definitely a point with all of this stuff that I've thought about. How do veterinarians determine whether or not cats are deaf? Because they just seem to just not. I mean, they're not. Animals in general, right? How well they react to sounds seems pretty arbitrary. But like, boy, does she just like choose whether or not she wants to react to having her name called, or us snapping our fingers at her, or like pointing at her and saying, no, hey, down, hey, stop it. Because a solid part of that hour and a half that I spent was just me going, hey, stop it, hey, no, down, stop batting at the fucking, don't play with a trifle, like, don't just do that, like, just, please, don't, no, hey, stop it, hey, no, hey, stop going, stop doing this, stop it.
But I can't tell if you're seeing a bit right now, or the fact that she's actually doing this in the back and you're reacting.
Nope, I'm just doing the thing. It's just this. The funny thing is that she's now poking her head out around the corner, going like, "Hey, oh wait, is this okay? Can I do this now? Can I? Are we doing we?
Oh man, I heard you're
no. She's like, are we scratching things right now? Are we scratching? We scratching shit? Ooh. So basically it was that. It was about an hour and a half of that. And then I went, okay, finally. She's chilling out. She stopped moving. And not a bad way. Not a bad way. The cat is still alive, but she stopped moving. I can go back to the bed, leave her on the couch, and go to sleep. I'm just gonna lay down, go to sleep. You know, from between the marginal hour of, like, at this point, it's like 8:30 or 9. And I'm like, I have to be up at, like, 10:30 or something, or whatever, to, like, talk to my boss and, like, start doing work shit. And so I lay down the bed.
Right.
And in the, like, semi-lucid state that I was at about, like, 10:30, 10:45, as I'm trying to wake up and be like, okay, I guess I have things to deal with today. Okay, what do I need to deal with? I'm starting to wake up. As I'm starting to wake up, I hear a retching noise. Not retching. I hear a screeching.
A crash?
No, it's not a crash.
Okay.
It's slow. It's a creaking and a scraping as all of a sudden there's noises around me all over the place. What's happening? What's going on? The walls are coming in.
Boy.
I look up. I turn around. I flip around, action style. Oh my god! The partition is falling down on me. I put my, like, arms and legs up to catch it, even though there's not quite thunderous, but still a collapse of the TV falling behind the wall. And I'm just in the bed, in my bathrobe, in the sheets, with my arms and legs up, feet touching it, going, oh god, it's happened. The prophecy is true. She has tried to murder us. It's fallen on top of me.
Mostly you.
Well, yeah, mostly me because it was on my side. It fell on my side. To which Molly then begins to wake up, and at a normally early rate, in a non-judgmental way.
I am alarmed.
Yeah, and I just have to look at you from the side and go,
Help.
Please help, please, I need you, like, this is help, this is help time, please God.
I just woke up and I'm just like, fucking Christ, what the fuck?
Yep, bad time has happened. Yeah. So, I have to, Molly, you have to, like...
I have to hold the thing up so you can get out from under it.
Yeah, and then I shimmy underneath her to, like, while she holds it up. And then I get around the other side to pick up the TV and move it to the couch, because that's the, like, realistically speaking, that's the most expensively damaged thing. I pick up the TV.
I was gonna joke, though, that it is, like, Black Friday, so we could get some sick TV deals.
Listen, I got that TV for free by taking it off of my dad's, poor planning of, like,
yeah.
I need to...
you take the TV, but not a 3D printer. Right.
I took the TV before the 3D printer option was available, and also, I just stuck the TV... Look, you can... A TV is more...
It's a good TV, it's big, and
you can't 3D print a TV!
Oh, are you sure
I don't know,
about that?
look it up,
I feel like you could 3D
print... Look it up!
print...
Look it up if you can 3D print a functional TV.
I don't know about the functional TV.
Oh, okay, a TV to look at, like a TV to look at for, like, a crazy person? Sure.
I mean, I know people who have that 3D print, like the Simpsons TV. You
Sure.
know, right? I mean, I'm sure you still need, like, wirings and, like,
yeah,
LED
that sounds like a thing.
But I know
I don't want to build a TV. This is a TV that I got to just take because my dad was like, I need to move stuff out.
I've seen this. This is cool.
No, that's
right?
not cool. That's nothing close to the TV.
My mom was actually just like, wait, you guys have a TV?
Yeah, I believe that.
I was like, great. Yeah. and it fell and hit the floor, Mom.
I mean, it's a TV that I didn't ask my dad if I could take when the other Austin and I
don't think anyone's asking for it back.
Moved stuff out of my dad's house because it was going under renovation.
And now
4 years ago. 4 years ago, and I went, yeah, I'm just gonna take this because I don't trust this
dude.
dude.
In a shed, or
this is gonna be unused for any number of years. I'm just taking this for myself. If my dad had a 3D printer at that point, then yeah, I probably would have taken it too. But it didn't. Anyway, the point is, Cat tried to smush us. And blasted everything out. And so...
Cat spared me.
You were spared by distance. You were spared by the convenience of you were on the furthest side of the bed, and I was on the nearest side of the bed. And so if that had fallen on anybody, I'd have been a pancake, and you'd have been eating a pancake. Like, that's...
I don't want to eat.
I'm just saying that's where I would have been.
What the fuck?
I'd have been a smushed pancake next to you. That was the only reason. I would have been
screaming because my boyfriend's a pancake.
Yeah.
That's okay. She was only trying to kill you.
I don't think she was trying to kill anybody. I think she was just a dumbass piece of shit that wanted to play the bongos.
Don't say mean things.
She doesn't understand it. She's only 7 months old.
She understands a lot more than you think.
Yeah? Mara. Get in the box. Oh my god, if she gets in the box right now.
She's checking the box.
Mara, get in the box.
Did she?
Mara, get in the box. No. Don't actually get in the box. And she decided to get on the countertop by the TV. I think she just wants to kill the TV. Anyway, point is, Cat tried to murder us. Slammed the whole fucking thing down. Yeah.
We are so
we had to move
TV
everything.
Still works.
We had to move. Yeah. TV is functioning with a little bit of tape around it, but it's still none of the components are out of place or disconnected. Just had to keep the frame together with some tape.
If anything, I think you might have gotten rid of that one weird smudge.
I think it's still there.
I haven't noticed it.
But anyway, we then had to decide, okay, I guess we can't leave anything to a piece where she can get behind the television or anything else of note. And so we...
Stop being curious about it.
We had to fucking rearrange every last piece of our space, and I just want to say,
okay, well, first off, not every last piece of our space.
Okay, you're right.
The majority of the general area.
But I just want to show, because I sent you the picture of how things, were.
Yeah.
So this is where it was yesterday morning. By the time I once we had moved everything and reorganized stuff.
And she's in the box.
So this was
the box.
Jesus.
This
fuck.
was that. So I've shown you my space.
Fucking crap.
Right, it's been before.
Boy, I feel like if both of you were to die, no one would be able to find your body.
So it's just that had to be. So this was after we moved everything because we had to take everything else and we just kind of had it wasn't even Tetris. It was just we were constantly
we had
moving
to flip the general TV area and his desk area so that everything would work out.
Yeah, so my entire space, everything got reversed. But in order to do that, we had to take everything that was around my area and rotate it. Everything around my area and the TV area had to do a complete 180 and flip everything around. So I had to cluster everything around. Mm-hmm. So this is where I've gotten to at this point with it, right? This is how I've been able to record stuff so far. I've gotten through most of the mess. And you can see the culprit down there at the bottom.
She's just
she's just
she's trying to
yeah.
making yourself into a
but
ball.
I am still fucking so like you can see how bad it was in the first picture, and it's still not great in the second picture. But at least I've gotten through the that level. But it's like,
but at least it looks about the same.
You forced my hand so far in dealing with this. It's insane.
But it did kind of open up the space, and now you have more space in your desk area.
That's wonderful. That's not what she was going for. She is not that kind of angel. She is she's an angle. She is a fallen angel out here trying to cause mischief. But yeah, that is
angle.
That is
what you guys been going
that
through
has
right
basically
now?
been what happened. That has been my Monday, Tuesday, and a bit of today, because I haven't even taken a picture of today's fucking progress, because I'm still chipping away like fucking Minecraft, trying to get rid of and
now we have to find a way to feel comfortable leaving her with someone else for several days.
Yeah, I know. Well,
the fuck if this happens?
But that's why we have it against the wall.
Yeah. What are you doing?
She's just sitting there over in the pile of papers and shit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah.
She either has more siblings or cousins or
yep.
something.
But we won't let her get her back blown out.
That's why she stays inside.
So yeah. That's all that shit.
Right. Jesus Christ. And, hey, at least, hey, you know what they say, hey, fall such, which is a good time to start throwing out garbage, right? Hey, at least you can use this as an opportunity to start getting rid of stuff, right?
And it has actually...
maybe you don't need all those leftover runners.
I actually tossed a bunch of them out. Because it's the last thing I want to see is...
Which I was surprised about.
Our cat walking over towards me with a fucking runner bit stuck in her eye.
It's like my mom.
There you go. Right there. See, look. So you got...
You need to put the TV on a thing or you're going to kill your cat.
Yeah,
thanks,
okay.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, but there's no segue to this actual review, right? I just want the audience to know right now. So we just spent the first 20 minutes just with this unhinged moment.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, cats are pretty unhinged.
It's
but yeah,
amusing.
It's
hey, it's the series review. Well, we did it. We finally made it.
We're finally back here,
right? Right. Hey, look, it's the series review of Ryosangata Riko season 2.
Mohitori no Promo Joshi Kumitate Ki, or whatever the fuck.
yeah. Boy, I don't know how. Boy, hey, look, going back to how this all started, right? So once again, this goes back to how I accidentally found out about Riko season 2, right? This was never planned, We were fucking lost for the last 3 months or so, right? All right, of what to record. Oh boy, right? As we had to stall in time for Cosmic Fury to come out.
Yeah,
just
come
like
back, the Gundam Build
right?
stuff.
And I was like, man, I would just. Right, yeah, so we're like, boy, man, what the fuck do we record, Right? Then it goes back to how I was just one day on my Twitter, go, hey, I'm sorry, on my X account from the site formerly known as Twitter, right? And I just fucking saw this post. I saw a screen cap of Riko holding the Shin Kamen Rider figure. I was like,
oh boy,
what the fuck is this? This never happened. When the fuck did this happen? Is this image Photoshop? Then it turns this was posted from the official Twitter account. I went to that Twitter account and I was like, is there a season 2? What the fuck? How did this happen? Right? We were not ready for this, right? So now, so here we are. Right? The series review of Riko season 2 where, like after season 1, we're talking, oh man, what could they do? What's the new thing that they could do with Riko?
Will we continue,
world.
Will we continue
she
the
pretty much
story
learned all of her lessons in
follow,
season 1.
like, her progression to, like, maybe she does something new after this?
A whole new world. I'm not gonna sing, because I can't, but...
But also, she could have, like, by the end of this, of the first season, with the, almost getting fired and all that stuff, or at least her department getting, like, canned, it could have turned into, like, her and, like, the people that, like, were let go from Good Smile, trying to set up, like, their own shit. But instead they just decided to completely...
New story.
Right, yeah. Natural progression, hey, this sounds really
start
good,
off
right?
completely without any recognition of the previous season, a whole new... Just reintroduce the whole premise of it in an entirely different context, and it was... I guess...
Was it better or worse?
But was it? And that's the question. But was this better or worse?
I mean, they did both do the same thing of, like, Riko deals with her life with model kits.
But it's different when...
Yeah, but now, but look, now she's a CEO, she's a CEO, it's different now, Last time she was an employee to a big company. But
now she's
now,
the
but now she has to be a leader,
a mid-sized
right?
small company.
Oh, right. All right, boy, I don't know how the fuck we want to start. Like I said, this season of Riko was absolutely unhinged, right? To the fact that we pretty much reset everything. Everything that we thought we knew from season 1, just throw that shit out the window. Irrelevant, right? The only people you need to know from season 1 that are still relevant, Yasan. You only need to know Yasan, right?
Well, no, you do need to know Yasan because of his fucking network of shop assistant girls that he has on call at any point in time. But, like...
Inter-universally.
Yeah. The biggest issue for me is that this probably could have been its own series if you just... Like, let me put it another way. If this had been an entirely different set of actors, right? And maybe it was a different...
like a different cast, right? Like, we only have Yasan...
Yeah.
Like, we only have Yasan as the
holdover.
As the connecting bridge, right?
Maybe we could have had...
Yeah.
Like, the character still be named Riko, but it was still a different actress.
Like some weird Doctor Who shit?
Yeah. This is the second or third Riko. The Riko, Christmas special, whatever, holiday special. Sure. But instead...
Right. Yeah.
It's the exact same actress here with no knowledge, no interaction, no context for the previous season, doing the same things, sort of, in a different, like, setting. And you're just like, okay, I guess. But, like, every moment they have a chance to make reference to it, to the first season...
They don't.
Well, no, they do, because the first fucking shot is all the Zakus, and including the pink-shouldered Zaku.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, so are you gonna... Is this relevant?
Mm-hmm.
Is this part of it? No? Then why are we bringing it up so often? Why is everything still Gundam-related? Why is it the same shop? Why is Yasan here?
Mm-hmm. Anyways, we're all here to address, food waste.
Yeah. Also, yeah, we did also fundamentally change the dynamic of what Riko... I mean, I feel like it's so weird because, I mean, yes, this is a show that is kind of meant to express the hobby of of model kit building and stuff. Like, it's supposed to sell that. But I feel like there's a different, I guess, implication when you are a just regular, like, day worker, like, hourly worker, whatever, at, like, a company, versus you're the CEO of a startup.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to watch a show about, like, The Office, where it's just like, oh, I'm Jim from The Office, and I'm, like, just, I never, or Pam from The Office, and I've never, like, really found something that I really enjoyed before, but, like, I found this hobby that I like, and I want to do something with it. And it's another thing when it's like, hey, I'm fucking crypto bro, and I'm here to, like, ooh, you know what I like? How are you getting so many bags? How are you getting so many bags?
Now we're at 3.
Okay, alright, I'm gonna get those bags from our cat. But anyway, point is, fucking, it's less, I guess, approachable to have Riko be, like,
a higher up.
Not even just a higher up, but yes, a higher up, but she's the higher up of, like, a startup company that's being kind of, like, ghost supported by, like, a fucking, like, startup company. Like, that's not an everyday sort of thing. Like, it's one thing to be like, I'm clocking the 9 to 5, and, like, I wanted to find a hobby to, like, do stuff in. It's another thing to be like, oh, I'm trying to find something more fulfilling in my, you know, startup hustle and grind life where I'm selling myself. Yeah. And now I live in a truck.
Yay for the truck.
I mean, that was the progress for her at the beginning. You know? Right? Hey, if anything, we didn't know where she was living at the beginning. Right up the show.
I don't think we ever know where she's living.
She could have just been living. Right? Like, outside of her visiting her family, her brother slash person who isn't her boyfriend from another universe, right? You know, right? We never knew where she was living, you know, right? And this is her first time we're seeing her at a house.
At all points,
right?
we just
or
assume
at least some
she's
type of
living
place
alone.
for her to live. Mm-hmm. Right, boy, yes, I don't know how the fuck you want to structure this. Like, no, right, I don't remember how we did it originally when we did the season 1 of Riko.
No.
Right, so, right, because like I said, this is a continuation of season 1 of everything we learned, everything we did, right? This is just like, no, this is just,
different.
We are just taking the cast and, yeah, right, and just changing, just doing new stuff, right? And I'm like,
copy my homework, but
right?
make it a little
I don't know where we actually. Oh, yeah. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Right? It's like that is what we're doing. And I just don't know where the fuck we have to go with this. Right? It's absolutely insane how they did this premise. You know, right? When I thought, right? Because this goes back to how I found out about this. I thought, oh, okay, cool. I guess it's just another season of Universe 1 Riko.
Yeah, but then it turns into
doing new Gunpla.
just
going back to how she like, hey, look, she's an adult now, but she's still learning to be an adult. So she's using Gunpla as like a learning device. Really fucking weird for a. I think she's 20.
No, but that's the thing is also this Riko is a year younger than the last Riko because the last Riko was 24 and this Riko is 23.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, right? Who's using Gunpla as a learning device?
Or at least as a connecting device to, like, understand humans.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, it's just like we're actually just restarting everything now. Yeah. All right. So hey, so what bits do we want to talk about?
I mean, I guess
this show.
The thing is about Riko is that aside from just like story, the problem is, right, because it is part of a sequel, like continuation of a previous show, it's in we have to think about it in the context of that previous show. So part of it is like, how is this compared to previous Riko? But then also it's like,
but we can't really compare it to previous. Right?
It's
this
a
is
completely
a completely different Riko, right?
But then.
Right, we can't use it like, oh yeah, how did this Riko change over since last season? It's not.
Yeah,
it's not. We
can't. They're not the same person.
But that's the thing, is like, that you can't.
I think the real question is, how does she use plastic models differently?
I guess, but again, every story point.
Because with the first season, I feel like she uses it to understand herself. But this season, I feel like it's more to connect with people.
Okay, good points, okay.
Understand that. I agree. I guess the problem I have is that the people that she connects with the exception of the two new characters in this, are people that we've already had connections with in the first season, and this.
Yeah, but they're different. These people are different now too, right? It's
and this recontextualizes our her relationships with those people, right? My biggest issue is, again, with season 2 Riko's big brother is season 1 Riko's
love interest,
and it's like, I don't want to cross-examine that because that seems real bad. There's a lot of things like that where it's just like, this is a lot of things with the story, like Asai's whole thing, where he's in a power struggle with Riko of like who's the most like fit for the job, takes an entirely different like context when you put it under the sense of like their relationship in the first season. Mind you, they are two different characters, but you're watching the same people with the same names interact with each other, and you're like, well, this is with a related title, and you go, well, no, but they're supposed to act like this. This is why I can't watch the fucking Fate series, okay? Everybody's a Saber, and not everybody's the same Saber, and I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that shit.
Is that where you draw the line? It's just Fate.
I mean, is this not a Fate sort of scenario? There's multiple Sabers, there's multiple Rikos.
Oh, yeah, yes, you're right. Yeah, it's
if there's multiple... Yeah, I mean, really, it's like, it's multiple characters with the same name, and it's like, but they're different. It's like, yeah, but this is... But in my season that I watched, they were this character. It's like, well, why didn't you just make them different characters? Why didn't you just name them different people? No. But why do they look the same? No. They're different characters, but they look exactly the fucking same. Yeah, but that's fine. It's a different character. No, it's the same character. You're an asshole.
Yeah. Right.
She is resisting that box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. So. Right. Yeah. So. Yeah. That's the thing about this series, right? Go back to how do you think this Riko does better from last year's Riko, or from at least from season
best
one
Riko,
Riko?
tournament.
Right.
Yeah. There's the tournament. I think that the best thing that this one does over the original one was that this one, it was more focused on the actual craft of the model kits and stuff, and like actually like going into it wasn't about the variety of like, hey, this week we're going over this series' model kit. It was, hey, we're going over
this technique.
Yeah, this technique, or like, hey, you want to build this thing in this sort of way, you have to take this amount of time to do this certain thing. Here you go, even when all 5 of them built the same model kit, it was like, well, but how can you build the same model kit differently, sort of thing. They
acknowledged each other's like weaknesses
and differences,
Right, we at least we do learn about each character, right? Right, and then her interactions. You're like, hey, hey, look. Rika learns what the word fire was,
Yeah.
right? Because I guess she's never heard that word before in her 23 years of living,
At least
right?
not in the like American context or
Yeah.
English context.
Look, she's never played any of those Dragon Quests, those Final Fantasy games, right? So it's the first time, oh yeah, well, I never thought about it like
Super
that.
Smash Bros.
The
PK Fire.
Right? Right, yeah, so it's the first time she's learning about all this stuff, right? So hey, there you go. She learns what the word fire means,
She learns that fire is bad, yeah.
If anything. Yeah. Right? And at least this one, Rico learns how to communicate better, I guess?
Yes, but...
Right?
I mean, the second season is more developed than the first was.
But by the end...
because it's the second season, so...
She learns to communicate better, but only because... I guess she's forced into a position of leadership, and she has to in order to, like, keep the company afloat.
Mm-hmm.
Then she buys a truck.
But then, that's the big thing, is... Okay, so, again, it's like, how do we categorize this?
Mm-hmm.
As far as the seemingly, like, purpose of this series, which is to, like, express the hobby of, like, model building and stuff. Yes, this does it differently,
right.
And it takes a little bit more time to focus on, like, the model building. As far as the actual story goes...
Yeah, right? Like, the model kit building actually does not come into... Or not, like, that big as season 1. Right? Like, there are episodes where it either takes, like, super early on, and they get it over... Right, or it takes place like near the end, and they just do it, right? Like was it like it was the episode with was it Kugumi? No, fuck, Kumi. Fuck, what's the new?
Who are you talking about?
The graphic designer. Fuck.
Fuck.
Fuck. What was her name again?
I want to say it's like Kuramatsu or something.
Yeah, right, yeah, but like her, right? Like they gloss over her model building, like the model book involving her, like, hey, yeah, oh, here's just a cat.
I mean, it's not even like an interaction they have. It's just she builds a castle in order to figure out how to interact with her.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. Right, like the model kit, they're still relevant. Like that's the whole point of the show is to sell you the stupid model kits. Like, hey, be sure after this to go to your local hobby store. To buy the this fucking stupid castle or the Shin Kamen Rider figurize. Hey, it's just like the good old days. Right? Do you remember life in Japan in the 70s? Right, Japan was rebuilding. Everything was better.
Kumamoto,
right?
That's what her name was.
Still a lot of weird Nazi. What?
Kumamoto.
Yeah, right, like stuff like that, right? Like they gloss over her model building scene real quick, or they space it out, right? Unlike how they did it in season 1, right? How just so they could give more time for Rico or for President Rico, right, to interact with these characters. Like, hey, maybe I don't understand how graphic design works. Maybe asking for a picture of a dog wearing a funny hat, is harder than it thought, right? Right, maybe I should have thought more about that when I said, hey, yeah, can you get me a picture of a dog wearing a funny hat, or I'm not going to specify what type of hat. I'm not going to specify what type of dog.
I'm also not going to specify...
right? I'm not going to specify if the
posturing that either the dog or the hat has to
slanted or
not. Taking a shit.
Hey, just get me a picture of a dog with a hat, You can do that, right? That's her job, right? Right? Yeah, give me that picture, right? It's like stuff like that, right? Like, she does do good stuff like that, right? Where she actually learns from her mistake throughout this season. Of what she was like, going back to what we were saying earlier, like, hey, fire her.
Yeah, fire, I fire you.
Hey, I'm saying the word fire. Yeah, not because I am firing you from your job, because I want you to get fire up, with energy of work, right? By the way, I don't. That's the only definition of the word fire I know is what someone told me what that definition was 12 minutes ago, right? Of using the word fire to a person,
Yeah.
right? Stuff like that. Right, yeah, so I do appreciate this Riko this season for elements like that, right, where she's actively learning, right, from her mistakes, and I say, hey, she's like, hey, yeah, and it turns out being a CEO of this weird startup company, right, in this shared office space, boy, man, I can't wait till we get to start talking about fucking Dog Run and how insane this company is, right. But yeah, like she actually does learn like hey, hey, being a CEO is hard. It turns out, that's not something everyone can do. You can't just buy out like a company, as a joke, and then be like, boy, what do I do with this company, And I'm just gonna get rid of all the moderators, right? I'll rename the site, it's easy, I can do that, right? Yeah, I'll put my post as the default suggested post for everyone to look at, right? Right, because stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so I do appreciate this season Riko for that, right? For that she learns, she actually grows, and by the end of it, she realized, like, yeah, hey, maybe doing the rock pick the straw to be a president joke as we came out was a bad idea.
Especially when
maybe that was
as young people, this is your only fucking gambit. The crazy thing to me is like the idea of 3 Japanese, I guess, millennial/Gen Z age people telling their parents like, oh yeah, this is what I'm gonna do after college, and their parents not just like, not necessarily beating their asses, but like kicking them out,
shutting them down.
Yeah, like telling them this. What are you talking about? This is a worthless idea. Like this is like that's insane. That's an insane thing.
Yeah. And how did you guys decide to draw a president? Did you guys look at each other's references? Did you consult anyone? No, we all decided to go out to our restaurant, but hey, let's
as Americans,
here, right?
As Americans, where we are the startup fuckboy capital of the world.
That's still insane.
That's still fucking insane.
Hey, next time we meet up and go get something, let's ask the waiter to bring us extra straw and then draw with straw, right at there, right?
God.
I'll bring the scissors.
Right, let's do that.
Yeah, it's so.
Yeah, but it's actually, I mean, like, it's a good thing, but actually she realized, being a CEO of this company that just got like this good deal with like an actual real company, right? Really, probably not my forte, right? Hey, I recognize the limit. I was fine doing everything up until now, but as soon as this check with 6-0 appeared, I'm like, I don't know what
I don't know how
money,
to make
right?
money, make more money.
Right, if this was a check with 4-0, I could probably manage it, right? Right, I could budget that. But as soon as there was 7 zeros, I was like,
how do I make this money into more money? I know that people do that, but
it's easy to turn $100. It's easy to turn $10 into $100,
right?
right? But turning a million yen into a multinational app that while getting a contract with the nation's #1 cell phone provider. Man, that's a big
leap,
right?
Also, hold on.
Hey, everyone can.
I want to point out.
Operate.
Speaking on that point, so SoftBank, right? Largest, if not one of the largest, or reverse that, but one of the largest cell phone providers in Japan, right? I learned in the time since we started recording this that they have like a stake in WeWork, which is, the exact office space that they are using for Riko.
Okay, yeah. How did that turn out?
Yeah. Turns out WeWork is declaring bankruptcy. Oops. We spent too much money on the dream crazy dog run. We thought this would somehow make us money. I don't really know how.
Yeah, maybe assigning this guy in charge was probably a bad idea.
Maybe having an entire like wing or floor of like a building assigned just to be used for like
new companies.
Well, I was gonna say just in the real world, like used for filming a drama series. Maybe that wasn't the best application of our resources, and maybe we could have made more money off of like selling this to like actual startups like trying to use space.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
It's very strange that
right.
The amount of, I mean, again, I think the biggest issue between season 1 and season 2 is that season 1 is very approachable and understandable in the sense of like, I think most people have been kind of in sort of dead-end jobs or jobs where you're just like kind of like, you know, going through the routine, you know, it is what it is, and you're like, oh yeah, I don't do anything outside of this like shitty job, and then it's like, oh, I found something, and like going through that sort of like passion, versus these people that are like supposed to be like these like young go-getters like trying to go like rise and grind, and then it's like, oh, you mean to tell me that it's harder for you than you think it is?
Welcome to life.
Good. I'm glad your life is horrible. I'm glad this shit sucks for you. Honestly, the older people are right to disdain you. The 33-year-old, the 58-year-old or whatever, they absolutely have every right to be like, no, fuck you kids. Fuck them kids. Hey.
Y'all don't know what you're doing.
Y'all suck. My entire company fell apart and they left me on the street. Hey, I got fucking cut out even though I only had 7 years left to retirement. Fuck you. I hope you fail. I hope we fail.
Look, what's this about? What's AI? What the fuck is this? You know, right? I was working a corporate job, and then I got replaced by computer. You know, what is this? Right? What's this CompuServe?
Yeah.
You know, I never heard of this.
Right? I don't want to have to just keep filming 30-second videos of the recycling coming through.
I don't understand I don't understand how this happened to me. You know. But but that's the thing, right? But back to what I was saying, I did enjoy Noriko, right? Because at the end, she does learn and realize, like, yeah, hey, I might be way over my head, you know, right? But at least I learned something by the end of it, and that I learned that I was way over my head, you know, right? Maybe all I really just want to do is open up a cute little truck, serve overpriced cup of snacks, you know, right? And have people build Gundam while they're eating a snack, while taking up all my space. That, you know, that sounds like a good business strategy, you know?
Yeah.
Right?
It feels like what you should be doing and then what you actually want to do is kind of how it ends.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you should be...
But it's...
working in an office, but you'd rather be... selling things from a truck.
I mean, it's the whole idea of, I guess, it's like a romanticism sort of situation, right? It's like, what's the more...
So weirdly portrayed.
What is the crazier dream? Struggling to be a new company just founding itself, or just living your bohemian life in a food truck and also selling model kits to people. I mean, I guess they're both things, but I feel like neither of them are the realities that most people are dealing with. I guess, right? That's not. That's not relatable, you know? it's like I like coming back home from work and then maybe building a model kit. Oh no, my struggling small business that has like a sponsor like has these issues with Q2 like projections that like I have to do. Oh god, I've got to get in there. Oh wait, model kits. I'll build the Unicorn Gundam.
That'll fix it.
I mean, I guess. I mean, you are real people too, but like, I don't like you people.
Right. But yeah, that's all my thought about Riko, right, and how about her character was done by the of the show,
Yeah,
right, and how I feel about season 2 Riko, right. I don't know if you guys have anything else you guys want to say about season 2 Riko.
I mean, my biggest thing about season 2 Riko is if their real goal is to establish some kind of world with Riko of some kind of like franchise of like, we're just going to keep having different Rikos that are the same Riko,
but not
building different model kits to solve different problems in different workplace environments. Fine, sure. That's a whole franchise they can build off of. I just wish that they did better with it, because it's at this point it's like I think it should just be a thing where we're not trying to really reference too like it got too self-referential with it by the end of like saying, oh, remember there's another Riko. Ooh.
I mean, there's a lot of good things about this show.
We're actually going to reference this alternate universe.
If we just leave it alone as, like, each one is its own thing, fine, sure. But when you start to, like, try and make this, like...
Oh, you're not the Riko I know.
Connecting... Yeah, right. This connecting thing where it's like, oh, it's not my Riko... Ooh, hashtag not my Riko. Like...
Yeah, hey, you're not... you're not the Riko I met before, you know, right? And Riko was like... What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Okay, sure. I mean, there are other people with my name, I assume, outside in the world.
Right, yeah. Hey, look. Hey, I'm gonna... Hey, I'm pretty sure there's a website for you to check how popular names are in Japan.
Yeah.
Right? Let's see. Popular Japanese name?
Riko's a pretty... It feels like it's a pretty easy name to just, like, name your kid.
Alright, here's, hey, I'm going to, Nippon, okay, here's the top 2020. I found the top 2020, I guess. Let's see, Control F. Let's see, oh, hey, 10th place!
10th place, damn.
Man, that's crazy, yeah. I was just joking when I said, I'm just gonna quickly check to see this, you know, for fun. Yeah, but hey.
Turns out there's a lot of Rikos.
10th place, 10th most popular... Yeah, most popular girl's name in Japan in the year 2020, you know?
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, go back to what I said, yeah, right? As soon as they start, like, opening this weird multiverse, I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on? This is getting out of control, you know, right? You literally could have just made this, like, this old thing, you know? Just put, like, cute little Easter egg, like, yeah, here's the Gundam kit that she built last year.
Here's the
display,
Zaku, here's the, like, all these, all the model kits from last season are in the window from at the beginning.
Yeah, like, just there as a visual Easter egg. Make it no actual, I mean, they don't make it an actual reference. It's just a visual Easter egg most of the time. But the fact that as soon as Yasan and fuck, the right and the other girl starts like the team.
I think just having Yasan would
they
be
start talking about, hey, you're
but like anything else. So
right? But the worst part is how they have like the second girl was a girl we've never seen before, right?
But then they also have bring in the last season's girl.
But then they got the original.
But there's
girl
also
from season
there's
one
also a third girl that is from a season that we've never interacted with before. That is
yeah, the second girl. Yeah, she was the second girl, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, the second girl is just like, oh, you're not my Riko. And then the third girl's like, hey, this is the girl from the first season. Okay.
Right, yeah. That's when it starts getting like this weird. I don't know why they decided to add like this cute little multiverse thing into it. I was like, this is insane. I don't know what the fuck is going on. all of a sudden, you did not have to make this joke. This joke just opened up a bunch of weird paradox loophole, right?
Yeah.
Right? The fact that, right? Then also that the narration started saying, yeah, this is the story of another Rico. I was like, okay, sure. Fine, I can go with that. Just make it a one-off thing, like, yeah, okay, let people know this is just a different story being told at a different time, hey, look, the Doctor is fighting across time and space, right? We're just watching one Doctor on his many adventures,
nope,
right?
Nope,
Stuff like
it's
that.
some weird-ass connected multiverse shit, because if we hadn't got enough multiverse shit within all of the various time travel shit within the last 20 years, now was the time to bring in more.
It was Doctor Strange multiverse. Oh no, it was last year. Okay, never mind. It was okay. All the multiverse stuff was last year.
Yeah, but we had multiverse stuff before that.
Yeah, but boy, 2022 was a really bad year for multiverse, right?
Yeah. Hey, like I said,
or at least the last.
Like I said, hey, watch. You should watch Gridman Universe, because if you feel bad about multiverse stuff,
does Michael Keaton show up in that? Does he tell me? Does he rant to me about the? Does he explain the multiverse?
No, he might just. But he might explain the Gridman Universe.
Ooh, All right, but yeah, that's my rant about Yasun. Do we need to talk about the new cast member or any of the old previous cast member?
Look, they were
there.
They were there. They were fine. There were some funny bits, at least with the fact of.
I guess in the end, Asahi was right. I should be.
Yeah,
CEO,
he got what he wanted in the end.
Right. Yeah, he realized that, right, but as soon as they started talking to actual business people, it's like, man, maybe, like, going back to what I was saying, drawing straw, not a good idea when you're a tech startup company, right? Probably was a bad idea. We probably should have thought of this. I know we started, hey, let's just apply to this company for fun, right? Oh man, look, they're giving out a grant, right? Or they're gonna fund your part. Let's just come up with a stupid project, and then Aussie was like started taking it seriously. Rico's like, I'm not sure yet, and let's do rock paper scissors, another week, right? Let's see, so let's test this out, right? It turns out also he was right by the end of this, right? Man, we were really joking about him, like, man, look at this guy, But in the end, he actually was right, yeah. He quickly realized that they were getting too big over help, and that Riko, oh boy, hey, look. Also, he's not saying, hey, just because she's a girl, she doesn't deserve to be CEO, but she really does not know how to run this company.
There's a
she
genuine.
Keeps leaving in the meeting of our company to go build model kits.
And also, right? She just doesn't really have, like, the composure to, like, handle high-stress situations. Like, and that's not...
Because this is the thing that she feels like she should be doing and is what she really wants to be doing.
Right. Like, it isn't any fault of hers. It's just, like, we literally thrust this on her on a fucking rock, paper, scissors game. And it was like, maybe we should have thought about what each of our individual strengths are, which... I think Riko is probably better at managing the team, and Asai's probably better at being the face of the company and, like, interacting with, like, business people.
And moving forward.
Like, there are differences in, like, what roles people have to play. But they just keep having this, like, weird sort of dick measuring contest that kind of ends in the end with, no, actually, Asai is actually right, and we are gonna just let Riko go off and do her own thing, and Asai's gonna take the lead. Even though we have a whole point, we take time to have a whole arc of Asai and Riko fighting over this, and then it's like, and then he just goes, no, I guess I won't be that person, and then it just still happens again.
Right. Yeah. That's what I say about Asai. I don't know if, like I said, any other characters you want to talk about. I mean, we pretty much talk about, like, the three main real components of the series, right? Is Riko, Yasa, honestly, Dogma is a company where I feel like it is definitely a front.
Oh yeah, this is they're laundering.
Right, the fact that they all have graphic design, right? The fact that all of them have a cute little logos, like man, you guys are.
They're laundering money.
Each of these companies got beforehand. Yeah, right. There's definitely a lot of sketchy stuff, being done by Inuzuka. Right? Not Inuzuka from Dawn Brothers, right? He's on the run. He's a fugitive, He can never be the CEO, He's running
around. It's the only place he feels comfortable,
trying to avoid. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, right. But like Inuzuka here is just like, man, I don't. Look, I feel like this is a guy that had one good idea in the 80s, and he's just rolling off that one good idea since then, Right?
Yeah.
Right. Anything else you guys want to say about Rika before we do a final score / rating of it?
I think that's all.
Yeah. Final score for me. As much as I liked season 1, I've got to look at season 2 as at best a 7, maybe a 6.5. But it's definitely it's as the kids say, mid. It was mid. There was this good stuff that happened with, like, the model kit building, but as far as the story went, which I felt like was a solid thing that, like, carried the original season, which was, it had both a good story and it actually focused on, like, the various kits and building them. Those two things work together, but this one, it feels like the story is completely detached from, like, the model kits.
And also, every time we had kits, it was rushed.
I think they were definitely trying to do way more experimental with it, right? They're trying to experiment, and there's nothing wrong with experiment with a TV show. TV shows do it all the time. Like, hey, season 1 of U.S. Office completely detached with how the rest of the series ended up going, right? Hey, where's Ping? Why did Michael Scott never bring back the best character Ping, you know, right? But I think I would give this one. I think we originally gave season 1 a 9, right, or 9.8 or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe when we originally rated this. Oh wait, no, we weren't tiering this in between with the other show, right? I think that's what we were doing. Right. This season, I'll give it to Tariq. I give this actually a high 6, low 7. Right? Same thing, right? I don't think this season is as good as season 1 due to the fact that, like I said, nothing wrong with experimenting, but they definitely they were cooking too much, right? They thought, hey, extra 10 minutes, hey, let's keep it an extra 10. Hey, there's a reason why the cookbook says only cook for recommended time 30 minutes, I don't cook it. Don't cook it for 45 minutes. That's too much, Look. Recommend. There's a reason why this chef said, "Hey, cook this only for 30 minutes." Right? Yeah. They're definitely trying to do too much with this season in comparison to season 1. Right? I think the basis of what they had was a good foundation for them to go to. They could build upon it, but when they were building upon it with season 2, they started adding too many extra bits. Hey, you know what they added? They added some chemical W. Right? It got too bliss.
Yeah.
If
shit
you know
got
what
weird.
I'm trying to say, right? Mm-hmm. All right, Molly, your turn.
This just ended up having too many things that they were trying to do, and not enough time, characters, or good story for it to be done. I give it a 6.
Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds good. All right. Is that it? Are we done with?
I think we can put Riko to bed until Riko comes back in season 3.
I really hope I don't go to the Twitter account right now and find out that season 3 has been announced and it's coming out next year. But hey, you know what? Hey, that's a time. Hey, but you know what? Hey, if there is a season 3, that's still a cosmic year away. Right? Right.
I can't wait for Cosmic Fear 3 of 2023, where we finally put the bookend on all of this.
Cool. Okay. All right. I guess that's it. I thought Molly was gonna end it with. I thought she was gonna do a little joke too, but I guess not.
I would, but my brain can't think of anything.
All right.
It's all good.
Okay. All right. All right, hey, look. In the time that it took us to record, this Tariq got a cat. I guess that's like the only net positive that came out of this.
We got a cat. It is not
Plural.
Yeah, so Tariq and Molly got a cat. I mean, look, but hey, look, if the cat kills you, Molly has the cat, right?
Yes.
That's true,
right.
but if Molly dies, then I'm left alone with the cat, and I'm gonna be honest. I told her before, please don't John Wick me. I don't want to be left alone with this cat.
But then you'll always remember me.
That's the last thing. The last thing I want to remember you is a living monstrosity trying to kill me.
That's how we're ending this. All right, hey, Cosmic Fury next week, I guess. Where it's like I don't fucking know. All right, that's this week's video. All right, that's the review. All right, Kate, thanks. Bye.